Here are 5 money mistakes that immigrants like me fall prey to. Hey, my name is Kamga and I've been living in the US for 5 years now. I moved here in 2018, been here ever since. I've gone through all the things I'm about to share with you, which is, not getting a credit card, thinking that credit card is free money. So all this stuff, I've had to experience it. And I think it's important for you, if you're a newer immigrant or if you're in this position to experience these things, maybe you need to know about this, because America is a country where not understanding money can have severe repercussions, not just for you, but for your family and the next generations of your descendants. So let's get right into it. Number 1 money mistake that immigrants fall prey to: not getting a credit card. And where does it usually come from? Lack of understanding what a credit card actually is, which is linked to point 2, as we'll see in a bit. When you don't get a credit card, it doesn't mean that you'll not be credit. But before we talk about credit cards, here's the thing to understand. America has a credit system, a FICO credit system, which gives you a FICO score from 0 to 800, 850. And the score essentially determines how much interest you can get when you're taking a loan. This is part of the money things I didn't know when I moved to this country. I shared a video. I'm going to put a link in the description somewhere to talk about the things that have changed for me since I moved to the US that I now see better. And money is one of those things. I didn't really understand the credits and loans and debt and car notes and all these things that you can buy now or pay later. There's a lot of differences in the way that money works in the US compared to Cameroon, where I was born and raised. And so this particular thing of not getting a credit card was something that when I moved here, what I heard was like, don't take credit cards. Credit cards are evil. Never use them. Never have anything to do with them. It's the devil's weapon to imprison people through slavery of debt, which in many cases is true. But what I had to understand was that there is a way to use a credit card that actually allows you to build credit and not find yourself paying interest and being defaulting and actually reducing your credit score. So not getting a credit card, in my opinion, is a mistake that immigrants make, but you need information and knowledge on how that works before you can do that. So that's one big mistake that people don't do. They don't get a credit card, they don't build credit, and then soon enough they want to buy a house and they can't take a loan because there's no credit. But just to add that, paying your bills on time, having regular, there are many, renting an apartment. But here's the thing: for you to rent an apartment in some places, you need to have a credit card, a credit score. For you to have that credit score, you need to have had a credit card. So there are many ways to talk about this. Probably talk about this more in future video. But just one mistake is not getting a credit card. Number 2, even after you've gotten a credit card, the second mistake that I see immigrants make a lot is thinking that having a credit card is free money. So here's the thing: a credit card is a credit, which means that it's money that the bank gives you in advance for you to finish using it and then pay them off. So there's a debit card and a credit card. A debit card is when the card already contains money. When you pay, they take it off. You don't, it reduces the amount. A credit card is a card that does not contain money, or at least not your money. When you pay, you buy on credit, which means that you buy saying, I'm going to pay this money off. I'm going to pay you back. So when you start imagining that credit card money is free money, and then you do whatever you want to do, you buy shoes, you buy clothes, you buy a car, you pay all these things, what you find out soon enough is that you're paying interest, like lots of interest. In fact, you can pay interest that is way more than the money that you actually use to buy whatever you wanted to buy. For example, you can buy a phone for $1,000 on a credit card, and if you don't pay that $1,000 money back, and the card, for example, the APR, the annual percentage rate of that card can be, it ranges from maybe 14% if for loans, and sometimes 22% for credit, and can go from 22% up to 29%, so up to 30% in different cards. So what happens is, whenever you don't pay that money, you have to pay back in interest. You're going to pay 30% interest on the money that you borrowed until you finish paying it off. So if you take forever to pay it, or if you only pay the minimum, it's a whole other conversation, then you find yourself owing more money than the money that you took. So credit money in a credit card is not free money. It's not money for you to use to do whatever you want. But yeah, that's a mistake that some people make. They think that it's free money, but it's not. Number 3, this one I noticed with too many people, too many immigrants: not getting a high income skill. A lot of immigrants, when they move to the US, what I noticed is that they find the first job that they can get, which is a great thing. You want to get employed. You want to be a contributing member of society. You want to be able to start and, maybe pay off the debt that was used to get you to the US, or help your family, which is great. It's wonderful. It's commendable. But what I noticed that happens is that people don't aim higher. They don't try to get higher income skills. They don't look at their surroundings and say, okay, I may have been a nurse where I was, but I don't have to do nursing here. I may have been a teacher back in Cameroon, but I have to teach it. I can get into cybersecurity. I can get into what I do, Salesforce. You can do a lot of things that are higher income and earn a lot more money, and basically fast track your growth to either financial freedom or being able to support your family and things like that. So many people stay for years. This is years beyond the time when they have gotten used to the land, had been better with culture shock, and they still work the same kinds of job in the same kind of industry because it's a lot more comfortable. So if that's the kind of person that you are, if you're thinking of changing careers and looking into that kind of area, that's actually something that can help you with. So leave a comment. Let me know if you want me to talk more about high income skills that immigrants can have, and I'm more than happy to do that research and provide a video for you. So not getting a high income skill is a mistake, a money mistake that immigrants make when they move to countries like the US. Number 4, this one, not starting a side hustle. For example, if you have a job, you're a nurse or you're a Salesforce admin or whatever it is, when you don't try to think of how can I actually make money without necessarily being at a job, or you just look at the opportunities that are available, then what happens is for many years, you might be earning a good salary and not investing that salary or not thinking of actually transitioning into being a business owner. And then soon enough, one day, the economy changes. You lose a job. Something happens. You're unable to work. And then you find yourself in debt or having to rely on credit cards in order to pay your bills because you did not think of creating some values, creating a business. So that mistake, the money mistake that immigrants make, is not thinking of a side hustle that can eventually be transitioned into a business. And I don't want to call it side hustle, not thinking of starting a business, because a business means you're providing value and getting paid for it, whether it's a service or a product. So when people don't think about that, when people don't consider that is something they can actually do as a way when they move to a country like America that promotes people starting businesses, then you don't position yourself well to succeed, and I consider that a money mistake. Number 5, not having a long-term vision. No long-term vision. This is something that I personally struggled with when I came here because I did not understand where I was going. I did not have a plan for where I wanted to go with my family. And that backfired in multiple ways, including my marriage getting lost. And so what happens is I have learned now, which is something that I probably say I learned over time. But now I've learned if you don't have a vision, if you don't understand where you're going, if you're in a new country and you don't have a plan for where you want to go, you can make financial mistakes by either borrowing money that you should not be borrowing, or investing in the wrong deals, or falling prey to scam because you don't have a vision. When you don't have a vision, you can think, oh, I need to get this opportunity real quick because I might lose this chance if I don't get it. And then you make mistakes. You don't do your due diligence to think about whether this opportunity is a legit good opportunity or not. So when you have a vision, when you know where you're going, then you can start thinking, okay, who do I need to talk to? What degree do I need to gain? What business can I start in the meantime? How can I manage my time better? So that's something I need to consider. So my camera died down and I don't know exactly where I ended with the previous one, but I think, or somewhere around no long-term vision. So just to recap with that, when you don't have a long-term vision about your money as an immigrant, you're unable to make a plan as to where you want to go, how you want to appear in your plan. So basically when you have no vision, you don't know what you need. And if you don't know what you need, you don't know what you need to do next. And so you're just aimlessly hoping that things will work out. Without a vision for your money, without a vision for your life, you can't make good decisions and you will end up in whatever place you end up with by luck, not necessarily by design. So not having a long-term vision is one of those money mistakes that immigrants make. The last one is picking the wrong mentors. What usually happens is that people come to a new country, they'll see people who are successful based on their terms, whatever success means, big house, big car, maybe they're married, maybe they are church leaders and things like that. And they don't really tend to think like, how did this person make their money? What are their other values? What are the other aspects of their life? Like looking at this person holistically. Maybe they are successful at their job, but they're terrible in their marriage. Maybe they have a wonderful marriage, but they don't make any money and they're constantly in debt and they're struggling. Maybe they have both great, but their health is not doing well because they're working very hard and they only have time to hang out with family and nothing else. No extracurricular activities, no other ways to even serve their community, whether it's in church, etc. And they cannot even start a business because they have no time. So the mistake that immigrants make is picking people based on superficial properties, like just things that they can see. They don't really go in depth to think about where is this person? Do we have shared values? How did they get their wealth? What is their story? How did they do to get to this particular point? How did they start? Where did they start? Where are they going? Because if you pick the wrong mentors, they'll give you the wrong ideas. And then with those wrong ideas, you create the wrong future for yourself. So those are the 5 mistakes that I had for you. Not getting a credit card, thinking that credit card money is free money and you can do whatever you want. Not getting a high income skill. Leave me a comment if you want to know more about that. Not starting a business. No long-term vision. And then picking the wrong mentors. My name is Kamga. Thank you for watching. Right here, you're going to see a playlist with lists of videos that are similar to this one. And right here's the next video I think you should watch if you're interested in this particular video. All right? I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.